Have you just started earning and want to make sure you are making the right choices? Well then, you are in the right place. Welcome to the Foundation Years, a Beyond PiggyBanks series. I'm George, and in each episode we explore simple, practical ways to build your financial foundation before life gets more complicated. You don't need a financial degree and you don't need a lot of money to begin. You just need the right decisions made early enough to matter. Let's set the foundation. Let me paint you three pictures. Picture one, someone in your family, a parent, a grandparent, basically someone who cared enough, spent years building something for you. Maybe it was an investment engine, contributions every month, quietly compounding. Maybe it was savings. Maybe it was a lump sum left behind. Whatever it is now yours. And the question sitting in front of you is the same one it always was. What do I do with it now? Picture two. You finish university, you got a job, and you moved back home to your folks' place. You are not paying rent, you are not paying bills, you're not carrying the weight of independence yet. Your salary lands every month and a big portion of it's yours to keep. On paper, you are in the best possible position. So why does it feel that nothing is actually happening? Final picture. You are out paying rent, paying bills, figuring out how to make the numbers work at the end of every month. Nobody built anything for you. You are starting from scratch. And you are trying to build something real out of what is left after the world takes its share. Three different starting points. One thing in common. The window you are standing in right now, income, no dependents, time on your side, this is a very important financial window. And what you do with it is everything. Welcome to the Foundation Years. This series is for you if you are somewhere between finishing university and starting a family. That window, however long it lasts, is not a waiting room. It is the room where your financial foundation either gets built or gets wasted. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but it's just mathematics. When you have income and no dependents, every decision you make compounds forward. Every good habit you build now runs for decades. Every bad habit you ignore now gets more expensive every year. This is not about being perfect. It is not about never spending money or even living like a monk. It is about making the right foundation decisions early enough for them to actually matter. That is what this series is. Practical, direct, no jargon. Built for wherever you are starting from. Now, if you have not listened to Beyond PiggyBanks Series 1, Baby to Graduation, I want to take 2 minutes to tell you something important. That series was built for parents, for people building a financial head start for their children. But inside of it, there is a set of episodes that were never really just for parents. They are for anyone who wants to invest, and that includes you. So, before we go any further in this series, or alongside it, I want to point you there. Episodes 2 and episode 3 are where you meet the engine. Time, diversification, compounding, automation. These four forces are the foundation of everything we build here. If you do not understand them yet, start there. Episode 4 is about the most dangerous investor in the room. And spoiler alert, that is you. The procrastinator, the reactor, and the follower. 3 patterns that quietly destroy wealth and how to recognize them before they cost you. Episode 5 is about inflation and fees. The 2 silent forces that erode money from the outside while behavior erodes it from the inside. If you ever thought your savings account was safe, this episode will change that. Episode 6, 7, and 8 are where it gets practical. Passive versus active investment, asset classes, ETFs, the technical foundation. Not complicated, but necessary. You don't need to listen to all of them before we start, but I will reference them throughout this series. And the more of them you have heard, the more this will make sense. Links are in the show notes. The series is called Baby to Graduation. Start at episode 2. Let's talk about what makes this period difficult. Because it is not just opportunity. There are real traps, and they look different depending on where we are starting from. The first trap is comfort, and this one is for the person living at home with his parents. You finish university, you are earning. You are not paying rent. You are probably living in a Latin country. Your parents are covering the bills, and every month, a meaningful amount of money lands in your account. This should be the most productive financial period of your life. And for a lot of people, it just isn't. Because when there is no pressure, there is no urgency. The money arrives, it sits, it gets spent on things that feel reasonable at the moment. An holiday, a car, dinners, clothes, nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just comfortable. And 5 years pass. Housing is still expensive, the deposit still feels far away. And the window? The one where your costs were lowest and your savings rate could have been highest is gone. Living at the parents' home is an advantage, but only if you treat it like one. The second trap is lifestyle inflation, and this one hits hardest when you first move out or first get a salary increase. Income goes up, spending follows immediately. The problem is the gap between what you earn and what you spend is where your future lives. Shrink that gap and you shrink your options every single year. The third trap is complexity paralysis. There is so much information out there. Contradictory advice, financial influencers promising shortcuts, apps, platforms. And instead of making a decision, people freeze. They wait until they understand it better. They wait until things settle down. They wait. And the waiting is expensive. We will come back to this one throughout the series because it's more common than anyone admits. So, what is the goal? Well, it depends on you. Some of you are building towards something specific. A house deposit, a business, a year off, financial independence before 50. If you know your target, great. This series will help you structure everything around it. Some of you are not building towards a specific goal yet. You just know you do not want to be behind. You do not want to be 40 years old wishing you had started earlier. That is enough. That is a valid starting point. What we are building, whatever your reason, is a foundation. Emergency protection, controlled debt, an investment engine that runs whether you are watching it or not, a tax structure that does not silently take more than it should, and the habits that make all of it sustainable. Not perfect, not extreme, just sustainable. Because a system you can actually live with will always beat a perfect system you abandon in 6 months. In the next episodes, we start at the beginning. Your salary. What actually lands in your account? What is already gone before you even touch it? And the habits that determine whether what is left builds something or disappears. It sounds basic. It is not. Most people have never properly looked at this, and it costs them every month. I am George. This is the Foundation Years, a Beyond PiggyBanks series. Your turn now. Let's set the foundation.